Okay, guys, so I've already primed my eyes, and as you can tell, I have self-tanned. I'm no longer pale. And then I'm taking this light peach shade, and I'm running that through my crease with a big fluffy brush just as a transition shade. And then I'm taking this whiter highlight shade, and I'm putting that all over the lid to mattify the rest of that eye primer, and then also on the brow bone for highlight. And then I'm taking a softer brown shade, and I'm taking a smaller blending brush, and I'm running that through the crease and on the outer parts of the eyes, but I'm not taking it too far in because I want the inner part of the eye to be pretty light, at least at first. And then I'm taking this shimmery, sort of silvery green, I'm not sure how to describe it, shade. It's from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. And I sprayed that with MAC Charged water to make it really shimmery. And I put that all over the lid. And then I'm going in with a little darker brown. And I'm putting that on the outer V with that same small fluffy blending brush to create sort of a cat eye shape. And then I'm taking the bigger fluffy brush and I am blending all of that out to make sure everything is nice and seamless. If you're going to be a beauty queen, your makeup is flawless. So that's how we wanted to start out. And then I'm taking this darker brown. So we're just kind of going in transitions of light to dark browns, and I'm filling in the inner part of that V and blending it out again. And then I'm going to deepen it up some more. I'm going to take some of this burgundy shade and I am putting that in the outer V as well, just to add a little bit of warmth to the eye. I thought it was really complementary to the shimmer. And then I'm taking black again and just barely dusting that in the outer V and then blending that out again. So we want to start out super pretty, super dramatic, just like you would if you were competing in a pageant. And then I'm taking my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and this is a liquid liner with a felt tip, and I'm drawing out a very dramatic winged line. Because if you're going to be, in gowns or really dressed up, you like a good dramatic eye, right? So we're doing that and making it really big and bold and then filling that in. And I just do that by pulling my lid taut, and then I draw the triangle shape, and then I fill it in with the liner. And then I take that all the way to the inner corners as well, so it's nice and thick. And then I'm going in with some glitter, and this is a BH Cosmetics glitter in Pearl, and it's really pretty and it's really affordable, guys, if you're looking for a glitter. And I'm putting that all over the eyelid, but I always put that on before you put eyeliner on, because if you're trying to put eyeliner on over glitter, you might mess it up. So I put it on over the eyeliner, and then I go back in and just touch it up where I might have gotten too much glitter on the liner. And then I'm going back and I'm deepening up that eyeshadow in the outer V's, because once I had the glitter on, it looked kind of soft and I wanted it to be a lot bolder. And then I blend that out. And then I'm filling in my brows, and I'm doing them very bold, very thick, sort of dramatic, because if you were going to be on stage, you would want the camera to pick up on your features. So I'm filling them in with an Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil in soft brown. And then I am putting on a light coat of mascara, because we are going to be putting on false lashes today. And then I tight lined with a black gel liner as well, just to fill in any gaps. And then these are Ardell 33s and some black duo glue. I like the black glue better, especially if you have dark eyeliner on. I think it just adds to the dramatic effect, and that's what it looks like once you have the eyelashes on. And I'm popping those on, holding them on until the glue dries, and then putting on a little bit of mascara just to make them look more natural, because again, if you were a beauty queen, you would want, everything to be super seamless and pretty. And now we're going to mess it up. So I put on a load of moisturizer, because you want your skin protected from the liquid latex. And then I am painting on this liquid latex with a brush that I don't care about, because this will ruin your brushes or anything it touches, really. So make sure you're wearing something that you don't mind getting messed up too, because this stuff may drip, which it did. And thankfully I don't care about that sweatshirt much at all. And I had to fill this in with a lot of layers, because it's just cheap. Those Halloween pop-up stores, I just got all of the blood and the latex from one of those stores. So it's super cheap. So I had to build it up quite a bit. And then while it's getting tacky, I'm taking a pointed Q-tip and I'm creating claw marks where she clawed her face. So kind of the point of this tutorial is, a beauty queen that lost the crown to another beauty queen, and she tore her face off, basically, because she didn't feel that she was perfect, which could actually have a pretty deeper meaning in society these days, because you see all the social media stuff and everyone's trying to be perfect, and you sometimes feel like, tearing your face off because you don't feel good enough, but you know what? You are, so don't worry about it. And then I'm going in with Too Faced foundation. I am super tan, so it was in a darker shade. And I put that all over the latex after it had dried. Make sure it's fully dry first. And then I'm just tapping it in to blend it. And then I'm setting everything with powder. Again, this is a darker powder. Go over that very lightly. You don't want to mess anything up that you've already put on there. And then I'm going in with tweezers and I'm creating the claw marks. So you want it to look like she actually clawed her face with her fingernails. So that's kind of the look I'm going for. You want it to be really gruesome looking and gory, like she just tore the skin right off in a rage. So I'm using those tweezers to do that. And I'm just picking pieces of the latex. Be careful not to pinch your skin because that would hurt. And I'm creating those claw marks on anywhere that I put the latex. And I kind of have this mapped out in my head how I wanted it to look. So I recommend sitting down and, making sure that you have a game plan when you're putting on the latex, because it can get a little bit complicated because you want it to look real. But it actually turned out really good. I pulled out pieces of the latex to make it look like actual flesh that had been ripped off. And this is the point where you start really seeing the vision come to life, and it was really cool. So this is the BH Cosmetics 120 eyeshadow palette. And I'm taking the black first, and I am putting that all into those little rips and tears in the latex just to make it look deep, to make it look like actual, I ripped into my face kind of thing, because I was so upset about losing the crown and I just tore my skin right off, which is so gross to think about. And then I'm just filling that in with a pencil brush, and I like the BH Cosmetics palettes because they're matte. They have a lot of matte shadows. And then I'm going in with another BH Cosmetics, the Eyes on the 80s palette, because it had a really nice matte red shade. And I'm putting that over the black because this looks like actual muscle, underneath your skin that you tore into. And it just creates that deep 3D effect that you actually tore your skin off and the skin's hanging off, and that's the inside of your face that you're looking at, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the little flap of skin. It was really gross in person. So it was really cool to see when everything was put together. So then I am mixing the red and the gray shadows from that Eyes on the 80s palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm running that under the eyes, because at this point, if you have torn your face apart, you're going to have some bruising in places. So I definitely wanted to put that under the eyes. That's why we went without concealer. And I take a bigger fluffy brush and I blend that out to make it look seamless. And then I'm taking this eyeliner by L'Oreal and I'm filling in my waterline, and then I'm dragging it way far down on the bottom lash line. And then I'm creating a little pattern so that I can follow for tears, and I just want to kind of map that out like she's been crying. And then I'm going in with a black shadow, that same shadow from the 120 eyeshadow palette, and I'm smoking that out with the same pencil brush underneath the eyes, and then I'm dragging it down where I mapped out the tear tracks, I guess I'll call them. And then I'm going in with Carmex on that same pencil brush, and I am running that over the black, which, thanks to Shaaanxo, if you don't know her channel, I'll put that down below. She brought it up for me the first time that I had seen it, that you can use lip balm to look like actual tears because it's shiny and it looks wet, and it'll stay kind of shiny and wet for a longer period of time than if you just sprayed water on your face. And I'm dragging that down, and then I'm adding some mascara, which was kind of pointless after I had put on the lip balm. It didn't want to stay. And then this is some bloody Scab fake blood, but it's chunky. I don't know if that grossed anyone out or not, but I'm putting that inside of the holes of the tears because it will actually clot like actual blood. It'll look kind of dried a little bit, but not so dry, that it's been on there a long time, because I wanted these to look sort of fresh. I wasn't going for a zombie effect. I was going for I just tore my face off kind of look. And I'm putting that in the flat. Oh, it's so gross. That looks so real. Liquid latex is so much fun, guys. If you haven't ever played with liquid latex, you definitely should. Just make sure you're not allergic. Do a patch test on your inner elbow to make sure that you're not allergic to it, which is what I had to do because I'm allergic to everything. And that's what it looks like when you use the bloody Scab blood. And then I'm taking this vampire blood and I am pouring it into the hole and then letting it drip, because it drips like real blood would. And just let it fall, and then you can move it around if you want, but I liked how that looked. And then I'm going in with this NYX Suede lipstick and just kind of smearing it before it dries, because it will dry matte, but I wanted it to look like she had, lost her mind and rubbed her face to pieces. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you have a really happy Halloween, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thanks. Bye.